Hello and welcome to part 2 of the FDT-TV podcast with myself, Ian.
I'm Mike.
In part 2, we've got, I know we said we wouldn't, we've got a very, very, very small update from Mike on VAR. I'm not going to say anything because once I get on my soapbox, I'm not getting off. We've got the weekend's predictions for next week, and then we've got some news about some of the exciting other content that we've got coming on the channel this side of Christmas, which would be nice. A little bit cold, but we'll get there. So Mike, over to you for your update on VAR.
The buzz topic every week. Episode 2 is always going to have a VAR update. I could tell it already. But it was just following on from our conversation that we had last week when we were saying about the referees having more responsibility and utilising the pitch side monitors. So we spoke last week saying, why aren't they doing it? Why aren't they doing it? And lo and behold, I'd like to think this is all because of us. That I heard on the radio the next day that there's going to be a meeting next month, possibly during the international break. Who knows? But a meeting is scheduled between the match officials and the Premier League owners. I can't remember if they said that they were going to include managers. They should be, if they're not, about the use of the sideline monitors. So this will be for decisions where the VAR official is probably not 100% certain, or is not clear and obvious, that we've banded around so much, and actually given the responsibility back to the referees, which I think is really good. It's obviously worked during the World Cup. It worked during it works in other sports. It works overseas, as we discussed before. So why aren't they doing it? Why haven't they been doing it? Who knows? But watch this space and things could change. And that's my update.
I didn't say a word. There's a couple of hmms in there. I think they, unfortunately, I think the picture may have lagged out a little bit, but the sound will still be there, and it sorted itself out after a second. It froze for a very, very minute amount of time.
Okay.
So the weekend's predictions.
Yes.
Again, 3 games, one involving West Ham, one involving Arsenal, and this weekend we've got the top 2 going at it. The clash of the Titans. We've got Man City or Liverpool, Man City.
Mm-hmm.
So if we start with that, and we'll work up to where our levels of hope are going to be, because I'm not too sure. So what's your prediction, Mike, for Liverpool, Man City? And can you give us a very short basis of why that is?
Yeah, so we've seen recently about both teams. They've been grinding out results. Liverpool at the weekend, I thought, were very fortunate. But again, I'm going to say it is the mark of champions at the moment. They've got the makings of it. 1-0 down for 87 minutes and then score twice to win the game in the 9 seconds of the game again. Man City, they've had a couple of unfortunate results, which is why they're in the position that they are. But again, they're grinding out results. I think Man City will win. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, just on the basis that both teams know where the net is. But I am going to go with Liverpool 2, Manchester City 3.
So, see, this is where I'm going to gain that half point back, because I agree it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think that Man City's defence is leakier than Liverpool's, and I've gone 4-2 Liverpool. I think it'll be very close, and right at the end they'll nick a couple of goals. That's where I'm going with. What do you want to do next? Do you want to do the Arsenal game or the West Ham game?
We'll do the Arsenal game next.
Okay.
I don't see anything other than a loss for us. And I think this is going to be... I know I've spoken in part 1 about it being that Unai Emery's got a month, but I think this will be the nail in the coffin. I think Leicester are going to have too much for us. We're playing away. Our away record. My God, what is going on? Am I talking tonight? Our away record has been shocking for God knows how many years. I think we're going to lose 3-1.
Fair enough. I believe that you are going to lose as well. I watched Liverpool Palace. Not Liverpool Palace, Leicester Palace. You've infected me with your Liverpool. Watched Leicester Palace, and although that was a bit of a slow game, I think Palace did very well to keep Leicester out for as long as possible. But the quality's there. Like they were tenacious and they just got at it. So I've gone because Arsenal are not a team you don't not score.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gone 3-2 to Leicester.
Okay. Optimistic.
Well, I think you've got it in you to score a couple of goals, but you also got it in you to concede a lot of goals, which is where we move on to Burnley West Ham, which is my favourite game because there is a team that wears claret and blue, as I said last episode, that is going to win, and that team is going to be Burnley, and they're going to win 3-1 because we've got a goalkeeper who hasn't got any hands. And that's all that needs to be said about that. So what is your prediction, Mike?
I think 2-1
to Burnley.
Yes. Sorry, I should have said that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not optimistic. I think we're going to lose again. Carry on sliding down the table. But then we might win the championship next year. So
swings and roundabouts.
Like,
well, no, because as you said, once you get Fabianski back, I think you'll be all right.
Yeah,
you'll do better. You'll do better.
I think we'll do better, but I think at that point the team's morale is just going to be in absolute tatters, and that's going to be hard to kick on. So, what's coming up on FDT-TV? We have a date in the diary. We have video ideas. We have the capability. We are having content. We are having what I will name one, a crossbar challenge. What else are we having, Mike? Give us some.
We are doing penalties. See who's got the best peg.
Yes. What else can we do? I can't remember what we said we was going to do now.
I'm thinking some kind of potentially. I mean, I don't know how good your range of passing is, but I'm thinking maybe some F2 style long distance passing, controlling.
Well, what I can tell you now is that my video editing skills are much better than my passing skills, so therefore they will all be on target.
Nice. Like
that. Yeah, but just say maybe some trick shotty stuff. We'll just see how long the light lasts, really. But we are determined to get some extra content out because although the podcast is the bread and butter, we like playing football as well as watching it, so why not? But
my new boots come today.
Mine, I think, arrive tomorrow.
Can't wait to try them out.
I pulled out. I had got a very old pair, which I haven't worn in a long time, that were slightly too small, but I might bring them with me anyway and see how we get on. But the new ones should be lovely.
Oh yeah, I did have a white pair of boots somewhere, but they've been lost in maybe the bin. I don't know. I can't remember what the bloody hell I've done with them.
No,
I love those boots. They were molded to my feet perfectly.
Yeah, but we did figure out during the week that we had the same pair of Adidas Predators back in the day,
yes,
which were hands down the best boots ever made.
I've seen a pair on eBay for 50 quid, and I'm like,
They're all really expensive. That's the trouble. So Christmas is coming.
Let's treat ourselves.
If I'm good, I might ask Santa for a pair. see what happens. But yeah, so we've got that. We've got a lovely new intro. We're going to add some of our own bits and pieces to it again, and go from there. We're going to try and get to some football games as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do some little blogs of games. That'll probably come in the new year now, because I'm away for a little while. Maybe we should have a game of GeoGuessr. I'll go away somewhere, call in, and you got to try and guess where I am.
Let's do it. Why not?
Because I don't know if there's any distinguishing landmarks where I'm going, but I'll certainly try and find one. But yeah, so other than that, it's quite a short one, really.
I did actually also want to say that we did actually have conversations previously about possibly the reason as to why this podcast started was through talking about football whilst playing football, if you like, through FIFA.
Yes.
We took the very trophy in which this podcast is based, possibly bringing on some of the original members, just again to talk football. Maybe do, as you said, about actually going to the football games, but doing like a video blog of us doing a FIFA trophy. In fact, just whilst you're there, I do want to show this off because this is such an impressive little trophy.
It's not your dildo, is it?
Maybe I'll put that back.
No, I know what you're going to show.
This was the inaugural At Least You Tried trophy, which I was so pleased yet so annoyed that I did win. But what an absolute beaut that is.
It's lovely.
So, but we do.
It is not as nice as the original.
The original,
which I would like to add before we go any further. But the very first FIFA Day trophy, I won. You
did. Your name shall be forever immortalised on that piece of cardboard under the kettle.
Yep. We're trying to get hold of it, but the person who's the current holder is unwilling to give us it without us actually winning it. Which is understandable because it's got a lot of prestige behind it. But...
Yes. So that so we were talking about possibly doing another FIFA Day trophy, getting the guys along, possibly doing whilst we're actually whilst the guys are playing the game, us talking about football related stuff. Normally that day starts off with going down a pub, so maybe watching a game at a pub, having a few beers, then coming back and playing.
Maybe get a little live stream going on.
Yeah, if we can do that, that'd be wicked.
Because we can do that and see if we can live stream the FIFA Day trophy,
and then we can watch people raging out.
I'm not saying anything.
and Mr. Kraken always complaining that the game's too slow or the button's too slow. Yeah, but we'd say we have got a lot of new content. We're very, very excited about it. We want to make it as interactive as possible. So if you've got any ideas, then leave them in the comments, or send it. Even better, send us a message on Twitter. Yeah. And yeah, we'll go from there. Our Twitter handles are above us, which is nice. But yeah, so I've been Ian. I've been Mike. And we're signing out. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Good idea. Like, subscribe, bell on, share it, whatever. Everything. Just do everything. It's much appreciated. Yeah, very much appreciated. All right. Cool. Thanks very much. Bye. See you later.